Hey gang, Scott here. Really quick tip for you in Lightroom. Effectively doing some targeted dodging to accentuate reflections in some rippling water. And I realized I was about to do this, turn the camera on, I want to share the technique with you. So I'm working on this photo here, just about wrapping it up. And I want to accentuate the highlights that are in this this foreground here in the water. This is a pretty backlit scene, and so I don't want to arbitrarily brighten all sorts of things on the left side that are in shadow, but want to draw some attention to the foreground. And it's this reflections of the tufa here and some of the clouds I'd like to accentuate. And I don't want to change the blue of the water or anything else like that. It really is going to be just some targeted adjustments here. And so the way I'll do that is I'll start with, let's just start with so you can see how this gets built up. Let me just start with a brush. There's multiple ways to do this, but I'll start with a brush and we'll just start here. I'll just paint a big swath right there. And so we can see what we're going to do. We're going to brighten. Now that's too much, of course. I'm brightening over the amount I will, but also it's affecting all of the different shadow areas, as well as some of the blues in the water that I don't want affected. So what do I do here? We'll open up that mask area and first off subtract, and let's start with protecting the blue. So I'll subtract a color range, and let's zoom in here really close so we can pick, say, like this blue right here. So I'll click on that. Now this is the color range, so we can see the blues that are being affected there. If I turn that mask overlay back on, that was our brush stroke. There is the protection of the color, and that's the resulting mask. Look at those ripples are being maintained, right? That's good. So we end up with, turn that off, a nice accent. It's still too strong, of course. I'll be tempering this down when we're all done. But the second thing that I'll do is, in addition to the color range, also protect certain tonal regions, the shadows and even those lower midtones, using a luminosity mask. So I'll do another subtraction here. Subtract a Luminance Range Mask, and let's just pick something in the deeper shadow there. So we can start with this, and here I want to see the luminance range. So let's do that. We'll show that map there. So now I can see the luminance range here, and I want to protect the deeper shadows, and maybe even tighten up that range there. Taper it off so I have a nice smooth feather. I don't want that to be a too sharp of a transition. And now that whole mask looks like this. We started with the brush, we subtracted the color range, and then we subtracted the luminance range to get this sum total. Now I can go back to my brush and paint in other areas. Now as I paint, you'll see stuff start to brighten up, right? But when I look at the mask overall, I have the ability to control protecting the blues. I have the ability to control protecting the luminance range mask. And here, let's do something like that. So I'm starting to really target and accent just the highlights, turn off that overlay, and I'll move this luminance range around so you can see what's going on. Maybe even taper off those feathers a little bit more so it's a really nice soft transition. And then returning to my brush down here at the bottom, I can continue this, and as I brush through, I'm really only affecting certain tonal regions, certain color regions. I want to show you a second approach to doing this. It's really reversing the order. And this is actually how I more normally work. Sometimes it's a little harder to visualize when you're first trying out this technique. So we're going to do the same thing, but what I'll start with is narrowing down what I want to affect. Tonal regions, color regions, and then finally reach for the brush. So let's go through it again. We'll just flip the script here. Okay, so just to recap, what we did here is we brushed first, we subtracted a color range, we subtracted a luminance range to get to a net result. The way that I normally will approach this works the way I think about masking more naturally for me, is I'll start by targeting the things that I want to affect, the things I want to impact. And here, let me start with a luminance range. And so I want to affect these brighter reflections. And so I'll just click once right there. We can say we get a pretty good starting point. And I want to affect those highlights. That's what I'm looking to do. accent those highlights. I can taper off the feather on the lower end of the luminance range really smoothly. But I also want to protect those blues. So we'll subtract the color range. So now this is the tones I want to affect, but I don't want to affect blues. Let's deselect, and especially the deeper blues. So we'll pick right down maybe here. This might be an easier blue to see. So we'll click on that right there. Okay, and so there's my color range. Now that's my sum total of my mask. Let's put on the overlay. This was just the luminance range. I add in the color range. You see it got even more narrower. And I can refine that. Say, maybe I want a little more of those blues, a little less of those blues. Same thing with the luminance range. Maybe I want to creep this out a little bit, feather that out to pick up a little more accent highlights. Now this is affecting the whole photo. The last bit is bringing in the brush. And so with the brush as the last step, we'll intersect. So we'll take the sum of these things, luminance range, color range, and then intersect the two of those with a brush. And what will happen, I'll leave the mask view on. And as I brush, we see that it's only going to be the areas that I brush. So I want those highlights brushed. And my brush strokes, I'm being very cavalier with the brush strokes, really, really wild. I got my feather up plenty big so I can fade this all the way out into here. And I can brush over these dark rocks. It's not going to get affected because that is outside the luminance range that I'm impacting. So that's my mask. And finally, I can do the adjustment here. I'll push the adjustment really far. You can see what's going on. We'll zoom back out. And then here we can dial things into taste, right? We can just use the amount slider to figure out that intensity and kind of just smooth things out a little bit. Again, brushing around some. And so we end up with this just little extra accent here. It helps to balance out this particular composition where we have a very deep foreground, backlit, but there is some reflection being cast from the sky down onto the lake. And let's return that amount to 0. I'll probably fiddle with these amounts just a little bit. And yeah, right about there feels pretty good. So two different approaches to solving the same kind of problem, which is doing a little accent work on reflections in water. The general technique works for any time you're looking to do targeted brightening, targeted darkening, very powerful techniques for finishing off your photos, crafting that last bit of light and shadow. Hope you found it useful, helpful. Questions, drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.